Welcome to the show, The People's Voice Matters. I am your host, Shelley Bowman. Today we have with us Miss Liz GOIN-TURNER. She is a playwright, producer, and she's also an actress. She's going to talk to us a little bit about your show. Tell us about your upcoming play.
Okay, well, my next upcoming play, which will be June 29th, is called Let Not Your Heart Be Troubled, which is a gospel, inspirational. It's been categorized as a theatrical sermon. So that's just sum that up and give you sort of a intake on what to expect.
And what inspired you to do the gospel of the upcoming play?
Some of it is some things that I went through personally. Some of the things is some stuff that people that I know of have been through. Sometimes He has to give us reality checks.
Right.
And in order for us to seek Him.
Right.
So I'm not one of the, the most saved people out there, but I will say this: the production is, it saved people's lives. We've had people to give their life to Christ. This isn't the first time that we're doing this production. It's traveled from Florida as well as Indianapolis.
Wow.
So when we do it here in North Carolina, this will be our first time doing it here.
Wow. And how long have you been writing?
3 years.
Wow.
Well, doing stage plays for 3 years, but I've been writing poetry since the age of 8.
So you incorporate it into stage plays now, and you kind of bring it to life. Give people a live view of what you've been through or what other people have been through. So what really was the factor in the big Kaboom? I know the last play was about individuals going through some problems and issues, but he did overcome it how? Can you tell them a little bit about your last play?
Oh, the last play was full of drama, and whether people want to admit it or not, there's a lot of drama that goes on in this world and within our lives. At some point in our life, we are going to experience some type of drama. We have things that we wish we could take to our grave.
Right.
That's not the case always. And that play, it shows everyone. It'll show anybody that's watching it, everybody that has seen it, and can vouch for me when I say this. Right. It was a roller coaster, and it has you on the edge of the seat. You never know what was going to happen next, because the name of the play is "Every Eye That's Closed Ain't Sleep."
Right, and it was a very surprise.
It was the truth.
Yes, it was an awesome play. I did have the honor of going to see it. And can you tell us a little bit about your family? Because I know your family has a lot to do with trying to balance it and trying to also work and try to be a playwright. How do you balance it?
Ooh, wake up every morning and pray.
Yes.
I have to start my day off with a prayer because every day is different. Every day is, there's a different obstacle every day. Whether it be at home, whether it be at work, whether it be with one of my productions. Right. But every day there's something, not something humongous, but every day there is something that I do face. And in order to overcome that, I understand and I know that I'm going through it for a specific reason. Right. It's a lesson to be learned through it. And this is something that took me a while to get in my head and understand and to sink in and to know that I'm going through this because it's going to be a testimony at the end.
And that is absolutely right, because everything happens for a reason. And how did you overcome the challenges and barriers? Well, I'm pretty sure there were some barriers as you grew and progressed, because I know you have to start from somewhere. So how did you overcome those barriers?
Overcoming barriers. Just facing them head on. They're there. I can't move them, but I can go around them, over them, or up under them.
Right.
So there's no way that you can just ignore it. It's there.
Exactly.
You just deal with it. It's life itself.
Right.
It's something that you just have to deal with. It comes with the territory. So you got to keep it moving. And don't look at that obstacle. Look at the bigger picture.
That's right, long term. And that goes to my next question. What are your long-term goals?
Whoa, goodness, which one? I have so many. I do. I have so many. Um, okay, let's start off with, a lot of people are asking me, am I going to get into filming? I'm thinking about it, but I have like 2 of my stage plays that I can convert into one big movie that I know would do very well. So I am thinking about touching base on getting into film a little bit. Outside of doing stage plays, I'm a healthcare fanatic when it comes down to nursing. So that is one of my goals as well, is to obtain my nursing degree, and I am working towards that now.
You will.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's a lot that I am looking forward. A lot of things that I want to do within the playwright industry itself. You know, some of the things that I do as far as the awards gala. I mean,
let's talk a little bit about that. That is a huge event.
Yeah.
It was awesome last year. Let's talk a little bit about that. Is a big accomplishment. Can you tell everybody how you inspired to create this and what exactly the gala is?
Okay. The Playwrights Red Carpet Awards Gala is really, it's a time for playwrights, actors, actresses, directors, and their families and friends and supporters to all come together. And I'm big on unity.
Yes.
The one we held last year was in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, which you were there and you seen. It was a huge success. I didn't expect it to be as big as it was. I was looking for a small gathering.
Wow.
But you know, God had other plans.
Yes, He did.
He has even bigger plans for this year. This year, I have some very, very special guests that are attending, icons, veterans that are in the playwright industry that I've reached out to, or they have reached out to me and want to be a part of it. I mean, playwrights are able to take home awards, you know, rewarded for what we do. And I have been asked a lot of times, you know, how can you give people awards and you're in the same craft that they're in? That's because I know how to obey.
That's right.
Obedience is better than sacrifice. And this is something that God instilled in me. And since He has done it, and I have been sowing my seeds, I'm reaping.
That's right. Reaping your harvest.
You know, I'm reaping.
And that's what it's about. Planting the seed so it can grow.
Yes.
And can you tell us a few, not to get away all the secrets, a few of the guests that may be presented there? That will be presented.
One. I'll name one. SHELLey Garrett.
Okay.
SHELLey Garrett he's the godfather of stage plays. He came along long before Tyler Perry and any of those out there. I met him last year in Chicago at a festival there, and he was just so down to earth and just phenomenal. He and his wife Doris, I love them. They, you know, when I seen, you know, I was kind of nervous. You know, I'm like, okay, this man is big, you know, but they didn't look at me and treat me as if, okay, this is a small up-and-coming playwright. They didn't look at me that way. And we've remained contact with each other ever since Chicago. So I am to have him and his wife seated at the table with my husband and the other VIP guests, and to walk on my red carpet. It's big.
It is big.
It really is. I spoke with his wife earlier today, as a matter of fact, and you know, it's amazing that you know they're coming to support little old me.
That's a blessing. Big on you. How many productions have you done within this year itself? I know about
this year alone. Well, the one we're doing next month is my 3rd one for this year, and it's a lot of work. It's been a lot of work. I mean, 3 stage plays within a year's time. Some of my cast members are cast members from my previous plays, so I'd like to try to cast the same people.
That's good.
And it makes it a little easier.
Right, I can imagine. And speaking of that, how do you cast? What is your critique or your curriculum that you look for? Experience or non-experience, or?
A little of both.
Okay, great.
A little of both. I feel that you have to have some people that have never done it before, as well as people that do, because you have some that have done it before. They can put input. They can have their input in there and help those along that have never done it before. Then you have the ones that never done it before. So it's like, you know, they're a fresh new baby, and you're able to mold them.
Right.
So I love to deal with both.
That's awesome. And what age range or arena does your play focus on? Because I know you have a little bit of everything in all your plays, but what's the true, I would say, demographic would you focus on?
Age-wise? 13 and up.
That's awesome.
13 and up. My youngest cast member right now is 15. And so I'm not going to expose anything to her that I wouldn't, you know, that I'm not going to expose to an audience. So I'm thinking, you know, if I'm having a 13-year-old in my play, then that means it's suitable for a 13-year-old. So therefore, I have to keep it within that age bracket. So I don't go younger. I can't do anything younger than that. Something like the play "It Won't Happen Again," which was dealing with domestic violence. I mean, that's something that that's a touchy epidemic right there. And my son was in that. He's 17. So I was able to work closely with him to make sure that it didn't affect him. So you have to be careful with that.
That's awesome. Speaking of battered women, you have a foundation. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. The Not Looking Back Foundation for Domestic Violence is worldwide. Just not here in North Carolina. I started it when we were in Florida. And since we relocated here to North Carolina, I haven't stopped.
That's awesome. And what inspired you? Because I know it's very close to your heart. What inspired you to do that?
Because I am a survivor. And I'm still standing. And I just want to empower women and let women know, okay, I've been there, done that. It happened to me too, but I'm not dead. And if I'm talking to you, you're not dead either. So that means if I can do it, you can do it.
That's right. That's awesome. And it's amazing how you're still smiling and you're still going. And I know at one point you had several productions going at one time. How did you balance that? Because I know writing a play is a lot of work, and putting it to production is even more work. So how did you balance that in between everything?
Well, the right people. I have the right people working with me now. I have a production team, Eclectic Dynasty. It's a team of 5 individuals there. They deal with the lighting, the sound, the directing, the backstage management. I mean, everything from the beginning to the end of putting a production together. I'm able to do other things while a rehearsal is going on. I don't necessarily have to be there. And I'll be at peace because I know that they're doing what I expect them to do. Also, my husband is there at every rehearsal, even if I'm not there. So they know they got to be on a bring the A game. Because I'm going to find out. So.
You're not settling for nothing less. That's right. But that's good. And you're also a mentor, too, as well. I could see you as doing that. Tell us a little bit about your mentorship and how you mentor individuals.
That's a funny question. And the thing is, I inspire a lot of people and not knowing it. So it's unknowingly that I'm mentoring people. I don't consider myself as a mentor, but a lot of people are inspired by all the things I've been through and all the obstacles that I faced. And through it all, I'm still here. And even with going through those things, you know, like right now, everything is not peachy creamy, you know. I'm still facing obstacles, but I know it's for a reason. And I always think about what I went through in my past, and I'm like, okay, it can't get no worse than that. And it hasn't. It hasn't gotten any worse than that. I guess the reason why that was so bad for me, though, those obstacles back then, due to the fact that I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't have the frame of mind that I have right now. The frame of mind I'm in right now, I'm ready.
It's a mindset. So when going through
Right.
those trial and tribulations and things, you got to have a mindset,
Mhm.
and that's the biggest thing. And prayer, you said, also works as well, because prayer is a powerful tool that gets you through most things. And I mean, to me, anything in life. That's
Right.
my personal opinion about it. Um, so, was there ever a time? I know that you have children, that your child came to you and said, "Mom, I need you to write something about this situation, or how do I get out of that?" And were you able to incorporate it in your playwrights as well?
Um, well, they've came to me with things
Mhm.
they have written
Wow.
and wanted me to read. So, and then my son, he's in every last one of my productions. And we had an actors workshop this past
Mhm.
Saturday with Donald Gray, and he came up with a character right there during the workshop. And so therefore, I'm going to take that character.
Wow.
And it was a nerdy character, it was hilarious. So I'm going to take that character that he created,
Right.
and I'm going to put it on the stage.
That's
I
right.
don't know when, but it's going on the stage.
Right. So you never know
I'm serious.
where your line's gonna come from.
It was too funny.
And he's also a great dancer.
Yeah.
What's he have going on? I would like to know.
Okay, what does he have? Okay, he got his first job.
Wow.
He's a
good.
working man now. As of today, he's still focusing.
Congratulations.
Right,
Wow.
right. He owes me, but he also, he's into his dancing, and he has a dance group that he just joined that's there in
Wow.
Winston-Salem. And he's doing a lot of things on his own, and as far as the acting goes, he's focused
He is.
more so on his career and his future at the age of 17, and that's it's phenomenal.
It is phenomenal for him to be that way. What do you see? I know that you said your long-term goals were, you named a few of them, but do you see yourself in a big film?
I see myself maybe writing and producing and directing one, but not myself in one. No, I really am not big on acting. I'll do it, and I do it. I mean, I do it, but to me, acting is a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. It is.
I like to let me stick with the pen and paper
Right.
and behind the
Right.
scenes type, and I come out at the end, give my speech, and send everybody home.
Right.
But I don't like to be on the stage in that spotlight.
That's right.
No.
And who is your inspiration as a playwright? Who is your biggest inspiration?
Good question. The only person that I can say right now that I really, really look up to is Shelley Garrett. Because even where he is right now in the industry, he's still humble.
Yes. Yes.
You
That's
know,
what
a
it's
lot of
about.
us seem to, we write one stage play and we the next Tyler Perry. And you should never compare yourself to
Right.
anybody else.
Right. I
But,
do agree with that.
That's
awesome.
that's who I admire the most.
Yes, that's awesome. And do you see yourself going to Broadway, one of your plays?
No.
No.
No, I don't.
Okay.
No.
Would you like to go to Broadway?
No.
No.
It's more of a musical type thing, and that's not my cup of tea.
Okay. They might change it up now.
I mean, as of right now, no.
Okay.
That could change.
Yeah,
So,
it
but as of right now, no.
Okay. And did education bring you up and inspire you in any way?
No. Like I said, I've been writing since the age of 8. I was the type of kid where I would go outside and play, but majority of the time I would lock myself in the bathroom with a book.
Wow.
I stayed at the library all the time, the neighborhood library. I would go and I would get books weekly. They knew me at the library. And, my brother and my sister was knocking on the door wanting to get in the bathroom because we only had one.
Wow.
They knocking on the door wanting to get in there, and I'm in there reading. So
Wow.
it was my little
Quiet space.
space,
Wow.
and nobody could bother me unless they had to use the bathroom.
Right.
So, but
Did you write a play about a bathroom?
I know, right? But I haven't had that. Haven't done the educational background aspect of it. it's all coming from experience and
your God-given gift.
right.
And that's what it's about, and that's good, and that's a good inspiration. Because some people think you need the education in order to get there, and you basically studied trained yourself how to be that great writer, or how to be that great producer. I mean, it wasn't nothing. Was it someone who coached you along the way, or see? That's an awesome thing. Because a lot of times they think they got to go to classes and got to go to get the education to be on the top. But it's not. It does. You're a great inspiration to say that it doesn't take all that. You may be given that God-given gifts where you can just do it naturally, and that's the biggest thing that people have to understand. But is there anything that you would do to encourage somebody else who may be starting off fresh?
Once you put it on paper, make it a reality. You want to bring that vision to life. You can't just. You have to treat it as if it's your baby.
Right.
Would you? All right. You have your script in your hand. Would you just take that script and just throw it away? Okay, that's your baby that you're throwing away.
Right.
So therefore, you treat it as if it's your child. And if it's something that you really and truly care about, then you would do you'll do any and everything possible to bring it to life. You have to have a passion for it.
Right.
Anybody can go out here and say, okay, I wrote a play. But if you don't have the passion for it, it's not going to work.
That's true.
And you're not going to be Tyler Perry overnight, because a lot of people thinking that playwrights make all this money. No, let me tell you, we spend money. I'm the type of person, you know me, I keep it real. Okay, we have to spend money to make money.
Right.
And in order, when you get on that TP scale, then, if you want your head to blow up some, let it blow up. But it's just not going to happen overnight.
That's
and you
right.
do one play, and you thinking that you go into Starbucks and everybody in there is going to know you. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
So
awesome.
You have to remain humble. You really do. If you want people, or should I say, quote unquote, the right people around you, you have to remain humble.
Right.
Be able to accept criticism, because everybody is not going to like you, like what you do.
Right.
You're going to have people that come to your stage plays and say, I liked it, but you got to be able to accept that but.
Right. That's awesome. That's a good theory to go by, because it is going to be ups and downs. It's going to be criticism. And if you're not going to be strong enough to handle the criticism, then it's going to be hard for some people. That's why some people give up, and they give up on their dream. And also consistency. Consistency is very key to keeping your dream alive, your vision alive, bringing it to life, bringing the right people around. If they see that you're consistently trying, then they're eager to help you. And the biggest thing, too, I wanted to ask you, I know that you said growing up you had to go into the bathroom in order to get that peace and that quiet to actually write that play or write that poem or whatever it is that you were writing at the time, because it was given to you, because that's a natural gift. Were there times when your siblings didn't understand when you were in the bathroom and you were like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom?
I don't think they would pay me any attention. They didn't. They really didn't. They didn't pay me no attention, Girl, get out the bathroom. All right. So I get out, and as soon as they get done, I go right back in.
Right.
So, but they didn't pay attention. I've got a book in my hand. They thinking that I'm using the bathroom with the book. No.
But now they support you, right?
And they do.
Yes.
My family supports
Yes.
me 150%. So.
You never know where you're going to start at. And also, I know that you said that you're not really focused on being in a film, or that you may focus on writing a film. What would you think the first step is for a newborn? Would you say your baby, your script is your baby, your newborn that is first coming into the field and they don't know where to start? What would you suggest for them to do?
The first thing that they need to do, after the copywriting of your of your work, after the copyright of your work, connect with the right people, network with the right people. Just because you got Roseanne over here that can say, I've acted before, I've been in my stage, I've done stage plays at my church and all this and that, and she may just you may have done that, but you want the right people around you, the dedicated people, because you're gonna run into the ones that have to have the spotlight on them.
Sure.
The ones that feels that this is my play, or this is my movie, I created this, or without me, or if they feel, so you have some that feel, okay, if I quit, then the show will it's gonna end, you know, because without me, and I've experienced that before, so I know. I know myself that just be ready for the obstacles.
Right. And your eyes are much open now.
Be ready.
Yes. And so what would you, if you had any choice in the world and you could choose any one of your plays, which one would you choose to be that example and why? Because I know all of them are great. I've seen all of them, but which one would you say has really been the toughest? Because the toughest one is normally that one that is very inspirational to the viewers.
Wow. The toughest one was Everybody's Clothes Ain't Sleep. Wow. I wrote that back in 2011. And it took me all this time to get it on the stage, which we did it March 23rd. And now it has been accepted into the Atlanta Black Theater Festival. We are taking it to on a tour next year. Wow. I mean, I even had some of my cast members that said, okay, we're ready to do it next month. We'll do it for free, you know. Wow. So that was the hardest one. Wow. It really was. And it's a huge cast. And I'm not going to say that's the reason why, but it just was the hardest one. And I guess it's all about timing. Yeah, because I started casting for it while I was in Florida. It just didn't gel or come together until I got up here. Wow.
Right place at the right time. It wasn't time yet,
no,
but now it is. And thank you for coming to the show. Thank you for coming to the show. I really appreciate you coming. And thanks for tuning in. Please tune in next week. Thank you. And we want to thank you again because you're an awesome writer.